Hi everybody, this is Molly from CuteAuthority.com. Today I wanted to show you how to make these Magic the Gathering themed earrings that I came up with. So this is all the supplies you're going to need, and the stuff over here to my left is stuff that you don't even have to have. If you don't have it, that's fine. We're just doing some experiments with it. So I have on this side, I'll show you how to do these in a minute. These are printouts, just miniaturized printouts of different Magic cards that I wanted to use. You can use any card you want. I have the backs of the cards, and then I have Chandra, Torch of Defiance, Saheeli Rai. I'm working on a blue-red deck right now. And then I have Opaline Unicorns. That's just a pretty older card that I like. And then this is a Scion of the Ur-Dragon. I'm working on, I don't actually know how to pronounce that one, but I'm working on a Unicorn Dragon themed deck with Pegasus as well. So these are just some fun ones to fool around with. Pick your favorite cards. Try to make sure that they have a higher contrast. Basically, brighter colors will look better because we're just shrinking them down so much. They're not actually really legible, so I'd also pick cards, if you want people to know what they are, I'd pick cards that are well known, so they'll recognize them and go, oh, never know. Okay, so this is 0.75 inch, and then this is 0.5 inch. So I'm just experimenting. I'm gonna see what looks best. Also, it's printed out on satin photo paper. You can use any type of paper. I'd recommend photo paper if you have it. We're going to end up glossing them, so the finish doesn't matter at all. I just happen to have satin on hand. Other than that, I have Jeweler's Epoxy. This is Vigor brand. It was recommended to me at my local jewelry store. The only thing that you need to be careful about is make sure that the epoxy you use dries clear, crystal clear, non-yellowing. Other than that, you can use any epoxy that you want. Then I also have these little earring posts and backs. These are just stud posts. I believe they're silver filled or sterling silver. Try to use higher quality metals. Stuff with nickel in it just can cause allergies. You don't want to get random weird metals online that are like $1 for 100. These are about $1 a pair, so really not that expensive at all. If you're wanting to do more of these, mass market, whatever, don't do the Magic the Gathering ones because obviously those are copyrighted. But if you're wanting to do more of these, I really recommend buying in bulk but sticking to the higher quality metals. Your customers will thank you because you're not them over. Okay, and then scissors. And then we have, this is Liquitex Professional High Gloss Varnish. Basically, I'm just having this as security in case this stuff dries with tackiness. I haven't used this for a project like this, so I don't know if it will. So the high gloss varnish is not tacky at all. I've used it to gloss quite a few bigger paintings of mine. So this will work great for eliminating that tackiness if it does exist. So we'll know more in a little bit. This is the Pearl X powdered pigment. This, along with the Mod Podge, I'm going to mix them together and see if I can do a little foiling effect. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see. Hopefully it will. If not, I have this as a backup. We'll see. This is a top coat, a nail polish top coat from Starlay brand, really high quality polish. This is called Eclipse. It's a holographic top coat, so it has a clear base with tiny little holographic glitters all over it. So that might also look really pretty if we glaze it onto the Magic cards. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and I'm going to show you how to make the computer printout, and then we're going to cut those out and then I'll meet you right back here. The first thing we are going to want to do is grab some images of cards that we want to use for our earrings. So Google Chrome, you're going to want a back to your card, so just anywhere you can get an image of one that's decent quality will work. I got mine off of Wikipedia, so let's go ahead, drag and drop that. And then for pictures of your cards, I went to just magic.wizards.com, and they have a nice little card database over here where you can get images of any cards that you want. So I'm working currently on a Saheeli Chandra deck. So let's go ahead. I'd like to use them for my test earrings. So, Defiance. Okay, perfect. Let's grab her. And Saheeli. Okay, great. I am also a really big fan of unicorns, so let's check out what availability they have for those cards. I know they have quite a few because I'm working on a unicorn dragon deck right now for Commander as well. So that's pretty, that's pretty, that's pretty. I don't like that card. Okay, this one, Opaline Unicorn, I like a lot, and also I see that it has a dark text on a white background, so that's going to look a lot better than a lot of these other cards. So keep that in mind when you're picking cards to use for the earrings, because we're going to miniaturize them, and then also depending on your printer or where you're getting these printed, there's going to be some bleed involved. So they're not going to look super sharp, so you want high contrast, bright colors, that sort of thing, and the text especially, if you want it to be legible at all. I don't even know if it's going to be legible, but we'll give it a shot at least, do our best. Okay, so Opaline Unicorn, let's do a pair of those. So this one would look super pretty foiled too. Alrighty, and let's pick, since I'm doing a Unicorn Dragon deck, let's go ahead and get my Commander guy. What is he called? I think it's Scion of the Ur-Dragon. There we go, top one, perfect. Sweet. Okay, so let's drag him up. I don't know why that popped up. Did something wrong. Okay, perfect. So we have all of our cards there. Minimize this and then go to your favorite image editing program. I'm going to click all of these so they're selected, and I'm going to drag them. I'm going to drag them. Nope, nope, not gonna. Oh, there we go. Okay. Into Photoshop. What have I done? Okay. Okay. Nope. Yep. Okay, finally. Okay. So we have them all imported here, and let's go ahead and start out, all look good. Let's go ahead and start out with the back card. So it doesn't matter what sizes these images are to begin with, or if they match up or not, that's fine. We are going to change that. So if you're using Photoshop, you can follow me, or otherwise whatever program you're using hopefully has a similar situation going on. So image size here, we're going to change it. I'm going to change mine to about 0.75 inches for the height there. And I'm also going to set the resolution to 300. Depending on how big you want your earrings to be, and depending on what your printer can handle, you can adjust these settings a little bit, but I think that will look nice. Say OK. Then for this one, since it's the first one we're doing, we're also going to change the canvas size. So image canvas size, click on a point so that you have an anchor. That's going to put the card all the way to one side of your canvas, which will be nice for when we're putting more cards next to it later. So let's go ahead and just change this. It doesn't really matter, just a big enough space so you can put all your cards. Let's do 5 by 5. Okay. Great, so that's all set. We have our cute little card there, and then we're going to go to our other images and do the same first step to them to change the image size. It's important that they all have the same resolution, or when you import them into the canvas, they're all going to be different sizes. So resolution 300 and 0.75, okay, great. And then Command A to select all, Command C to copy, and then Command V to paste. All right, and then we can go ahead and put her right next to our other card. I'm going to leave a little bit of space in between, just in case I have a kind of new printer. I don't know what kind of bleed it will have, and then also will just give me a nice little line for when I'm cutting out the cards. So we're going to do that with each of our cards, and we're going to do at least 4 of the magic card backs, maybe a few more in case I fuck up. Okay. Alright, and then when all is said and done, hopefully you have something that looks kind of like this. I just Command C, Command V'd everything, made a new layer for each piece, and then we have this little grid, did a few extras, and let's print it out and go from there. We have our little Magic the Gathering cards cut out. They're just rough cutouts. I still need to round the corners, but right now we're just going to worry about sticking them together. So you could use the epoxy or the Mod Podge for this. I'm going to use Mod Podge just because I think it's a little easier. You don't have to wait the 4 minutes, and we don't really need like a super tight seal on these because they're going to be sealed on the outside anyways. So let's go ahead, open up our Mod Podge. I should have mentioned you also are obviously going to need a brush for this. Try to make it a brush you don't care about. This one I found had like the top was all covered in glitter, so I just cut the top off and now I'm using the little nub. Because if you use it for the epoxy, it's probably going to ruin the brush or whatever implement you're using. Okay, so I got a black marker. Any permanent marker will do. I don't even know that it has to be permanent. And I'm going to go ahead and just run it along the edges here, and being careful not to smudge anything, just so that all the white is filled in. So now that we have a couple pairs to experiment with, I'm going to go ahead and get out. I still have my little brush here. I rinsed it off after the Mod Podge. I'm going to go ahead and get out these earring posts. Okay. Let's read the instructions. Point away from face and body. Skin and eye irritant. Oh, okay. Don't swallow this and don't let children use it. Okay. Sandpaper, no, we're not doing that. Wait a second. Uh-oh. Squeeze equal parts of resin and hardener onto clean disposable. Did this come with a hardener? This is the hardener. Where's the resin? Fuck. Okay, give me a minute to regroup. I'll be back. Might take me a couple of days, but I will be back. I found it. Okay, so that wasn't hard at all. I found the other part of my epoxy. So yeah, epoxy I think always comes in 2 pieces. I was wondering why there was only one. So this is the hardener, this is the resin. Basically we're gonna mix them together in equal parts, and then okay. Let's hope I did that correctly. Mix it together. Okay. Great. And then we're going to go ahead and let's do Chandra and Sahili over here. Put a little dab down. Not that kind of dab. Okay. And you don't have to put it in the exact middle. You could put it at the top or the bottom depending on how you want the earrings to sit on the ears. I think I'm gonna try middle for now. Maybe upper middle. Oh fuck, this is upside down. I did mine upside down. Okay, so don't do them upside down. We're just gonna pretend that that's not upside. I thought that I corrected it to not be upside down. I was pretty sure that I did, but apparently not. Okay. Maybe nobody will notice. I mean, obviously you guys are gonna notice. Maybe nobody in real life will notice. Awesome. And then the back. Probably should have started with the back. Okay, so we are back and checking in on our little cards. They seem to be drying pretty well. It's been probably 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, look good, look good. Cute, cute. All right, so I might even suggest mixing up a different batch for each card or each pair of cards you're doing, because by the 3rd card I did, you can, I don't know if you can tell on the screen, but you can tell there's just a little bit of unevenness in the epoxy because it was already starting to harden. Okay, okay, looking good, looking good. While it's still tacky, what I'm gonna do, and this brush is completely now, which is totally fine. I'm gonna go ahead and try some Pearl X powder. This is, you shouldn't breathe it in, so just be careful when you're handling it. I'm gonna go ahead and just dab a little bit onto the brush, and then, oh, that was a bad idea. Okay, that was a bad idea. Okay, what if we just like dip the card in it? Is that gonna be bad? Is that gonna do bad things? Yep. Yeah, it is. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, well, you know, it's actually. What if we just like do a little like that? Oh. Okay. This is good. This is nice. Okay. So if you just take a little bit, and the epoxy is still a little bit tacky, so it's actually okay. If I hadn't tried to brush it on, that might have actually looked good. So there's one test. Okay, I give it like a 6 out of 10. Well, let's try that one more time. Do we want to try it one more time, or do we want to do the? No, we're gonna try the other thing. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do the Starly nail polish. So let's put this guy back in his little chair and shake this up. Okay. And just like we were gonna paint our nails, if you don't do that, just kind of wipe the brush off so you don't have a whole lot of nail polish on it. And then that actually looks super good. Okay, so I mean, it doesn't have the same effect as like an actual foil card would, but it's definitely very nice and sparkly. I'll do some close-ups of these in a little bit because you probably can't really see what I'm talking about. I actually like that enough that I'm going to go ahead and do my Chandra and Sahili the same way. So yeah, and the more coats you do of this, the more it will cloud your image. So I'm gonna stick with the like 1.5 coats that I put on there. Sweet. Okay. Now I'm gonna give those at least 15 minutes to dry, and then we're gonna go ahead and check on them again, see how they're doing. Here we have our finished cards or earrings. And I'm actually really happy with them. These are the 0.75 inch ones, Chandra and Sahili Rai. And you might be able to see a little bit of glitter on them. It looks really nice in person. And then we can slowly focus. So this is everything we used to create them. And then let's go ahead and see somebody wearing them. It's gonna be me. I'm gonna be my model because that's just who I have available. Okay, so we succeeded in making the earrings. At least I succeeded in making the earrings. If you succeeded, please feel free to share your photos. Give them to me, I'll share them. And let's see, other than that, just a recap on things that we could do better next time. Obviously, epoxy comes in 2 parts. I remember that now. Don't just use one tube and think it will work. I don't know why. I doubt anyone besides me will make that mistake, but just to recap, we don't do that. The other thing is mixing the epoxy in like one little pile for each pair of earrings you're doing, I think worked really well, because otherwise it starts to harden a little bit too much. And then I would also probably, on the next pair I make, move the base up a little bit so that they just hang down a little bit more. Because, I mean, they are studs, so it works, but I think they would look nice if they were a little bit more dangly. Other than that, they're light, they're comfortable. I'm excited to see what people at work have to say tomorrow. If you have any questions or if you have any ideas for other projects you'd like me to try, please feel free to message me or comment below. Thank you very much. Cute Authority signing off. Bye.